Hi everybody, and thanks for stopping by. Tonight, I'm going to be making crab cakes. Super delicious, made these before, and super simple. The ingredients also are very simple. You're going to start with a pound of lump crab meat. You can do fresh or canned. I'm using canned tonight. You need 1 cup of crushed saltine crackers, or your favorite cracker that you want to crush up. You need a ½ cup of mayo. You need 1 large egg beaten. You need 1 tablespoon of Dijon or stone ground mustard. I'm using stone ground tonight. You need a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and about a ½ teaspoon of your favorite hot sauce. You can add more or less depending on how hot you like it. And for our crab cakes, we're going to be doing something special to finish them off. We're going to be making a Sunomono Slaw or Sunomono Slaw. It's one of those two, but it's really delicious, and we'll show you how to make that too. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to whisk together all our wet ingredients, so we're going to get those in the bowl here. Want to get this all incorporated. It's going to be kind of a slurry. This is going to be added to our crab and pulverized cracker mixture. There, you can see how that looks. Here is our crab meat. We are going to add about a cup of these crushed crackers to this and mix it up, and if we need to add more, we can. And then we're going to fold this. Just trying to get breadcrumbs coating all the crab meat. I'm not trying to crush anything here. We want these to be really hearty crab cakes. We want to be able to taste the meat, see the meat. We don't want it to be a mush. All right, we'll go with that, and if we need to add more later, we can. And now we're going to add our wet ingredients. It smells really good, that hot sauce in there. Love hot sauce. Okay, now we are just going to, once again, kind of fold this around. Get these ingredients incorporated. Okay, and we're going to add a little bit more of the breadcrumbs here. Don't want it to be too wet. We don't want it to be too dry, so add a little bit at a time. Our crab is all mixed here, looking good. And now we're going to cover this and chill it in the refrigerator for an hour before we form the patties. Now we're going to assemble our Sunomono Slaw, which is going to top the crab cakes once we fry them up. This is about 1/4 of an English cucumber that's been seeded and skinned and just roughly julienned. What we need to do now is we need to salt this with some kosher salt to try and draw out some of the moisture, and we're going to leave the salt on for just a couple minutes. So now we're going to squeeze this, and I've gloved up to do this so we can just kind of squeeze the last little bit of excess moisture out of here as we transfer it to another bowl where we're going to dress this. Now we are going to make the simple dressing for the Sunomono. We have about a ½ tablespoon of sugar, ½ tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, and we're just going to dissolve the sugar into the vinegar. This creates a very sweet and a little bit tangy dressing for the Sunomono Slaw. Time to dress this slaw. We're just going to toss this. The final ingredient to this, roasted sesame seeds. Just a nice little shake in there. Give it as much as you want. Now we are going to chill this until our crab cakes are done. So our crab cake mixture is chilled. Now I'm just going to start forming it into cakes. They're not going to be huge cakes. They're not going to be tiny cakes. They're going to be kind of in the middle. You could call them appetizer sized, or you could call them meal sized. I don't know how many we're going to get out of this, 6 to 8, but I'm just going to start making them. And we don't want to press it too hard. We want those lumps in there to kind of poke through. We want to try and get an even thickness throughout. Something like that. If you can see that. So it's basically just a decent handful size. These are coming out like generally small hamburgers, not huge hamburgers. All right, we're going to get our pan heated up here, and we're over medium-high heat. I need to get these cooked soon because I'm hungry and my dogs are hungry. They're right behind me here. So we're going to be putting about a 1/4 cup of canola oil in here once this pan is heated up, and then we'll get to frying these crab cakes. Let's get our oil in here. Remember, you want your oil hot, but you don't want it too hot. If it starts smoking, your heat is too high. We want it to kind of start shimmering and bubbling, and that'll tell you that you're just about ready. We don't have a lot of oil in here. We're not deep frying. We're going to do these for about 3 minutes on each side until they're sort of crispy golden brown. And I'm not going to crowd the pan. I'll be doing 3 crab cakes at a time. If you do more than that, it's going to be harder to get that crust on there that you want. Just going to let these crisp up nicely, and then we'll turn them for another 3 minutes or so on the other side. Okay, let's just go ahead and check one of these here and see how we're doing crust-wise. A little bit more. It's another couple minutes there. It's got a little golden brown on the bottom, but we want a nice little crispiness. We're looking good here. Time to turn. Ooh, nice and golden brown. Remember, if they need a little more time, just give them more time. Those are looking nice. Let these go for a few more minutes on this side. And I think we're going to be ready to eat. Now I'm going to dress these with a little bit of that Sunomono Slaw on top. Oh, if you wanted to, you could put more sesame seeds on top, anything you want. And I think we are just about ready to taste. All right, time to taste. See that right there? Oh, man. That sweetness of that Sunomono Slaw with the crab cake is really, really good. I'm going to have another taste. And one of the reasons I'm going to do that is because you can't see this, but my wife is right over there, and my dog is right down here, and neither of them get to taste anything while I'm standing here tasting this. So I'm going to have another taste. There we go. I'm going to be nice now. Would you like a taste?
Yes, I would.
Here, have a taste. So that was a simple recipe for making crab cakes, which are delicious. That Sunomono Slaw on top is the perfect dressing for this. It just adds that color, but the flavor, the sweetness to the crab cakes is perfect. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great evening, and I'll see you again soon.